The painting we have chosen to illustrate the Ascension of Christ is by Matejko, one of Poland's most illustrious artists, and who painted this masterpiece in 1884. I particularly like this work because the Christ of the Ascension is also depicted as the crucified Christ. The wounds are clearly visible, and Christ seems to be welcoming us into his arms with a look of compassion and love. Notice also the word Maria on either side of Christ's body. It reminds us of the national devotion to Mary, which was highlighted in 1717 of the ceremonial coronation of the Black Madonna of Częstochowa as Queen of Poland. The Gospel passage for the Solemnity of the Ascension in Year B is taken from Mark's Gospel, chapter 16, verses 15 to 20. And this creates both opportunity for reflection, yet a problem of authenticity. It is generally considered that Mark's manuscript ended at chapter 16, verse 8. Perhaps his ending was lost. The longer ending verses, 9 to 20, were added no earlier than the 2nd century. Let us take the opportunity to reflect on verse 14. Later, Jesus appeared to the 11 themselves and chided them for not believing those who had seen him after his resurrection. Mary Magdalene and Cleopas and companion on the road to Emmaus. The disciples refused to accept their word. It raises again the issue of trust. Is my relationship with Christ built on rock or sand? Am I able to state that I believe in a living, loving Saviour, despite the pain and suffering we all have to endure in our lives? At times, we find ourselves in a boat on the Sea of Galilee when a storm occurs. Mental or physical illness, death of loved ones, financial worries, betrayal by friends. Jesus comes into the boat. The storm may not abate, but I feel secure, resting in the arms of Christ. In verse 15, Christ says, "Go into all the world and announce the message to all creation." We are abusing God's creation to such an extent that the future of our planet is at risk. Who says so? The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the U.S. Center for Strategic and International Studies, the Smithsonian, the World Bank, just to name a few. The planet's ecosystems work in a complex balance. Global warming, together with other human-caused problems, can severely affect animals, plants, and birds. I believe we are custodians of life on this planet, this beautiful earth that God has given us. We have forgotten how to commune with nature. The writings of Thomas of Solano have enlightened us to the relationship that Francis of Assisi had with animals and birds. How many of our schools have classes in ecology? Now that we have spent some time looking at the painting, what do you see?